Welcome to Denver, Colorado, the Mile High City. This is the city where I was born, and though I've lived all over the country, this is likely the city where I will die. I put this vest on every day because in my line of work, you never know what's gonna happen. I'm what you call a bail enforcement fugitive recovery agent, more commonly referred to as a bounty hunter. What we do is not for everyone. In fact, there are estimated to only be between 10 and 15,000 bounty hunters out of the 328 million people currently living in the United States, meaning less than 0.5% of all people will ever become a bounty hunter, and even less will make it through their first year. And whether you're a bounty hunter or a fisherman, one thing is true for both. If you want to eat, you better be damn good at catching your prey, or you might not eat. So come along with us and we'll show you exactly what it's like to be a bounty hunter, where there are no paid actors, no scripts, and no reenactment scenes. And as day turns to night, and every hunt could potentially be your last, you'll ride with us as we take you into the most dangerous neighborhoods we've ever worked in, show you how we apprehend these criminals, and while we're at it, we'll show you some of the beautiful sights that we visit while we're working, some of the waters that we fish here, and the lives that we live. Because it's not always about chasing the bad guy and being a cowboy. It's about spending time with friends and family, getting outdoors, going fishing, hunting, soaking up all of the beautiful scenery, these amazing places that we get to visit when we travel. And most of all, it's about giving people a second chance to right their wrongs and change the outcome of their story. Because after all, isn't that what this country's all about? My name is D, and this is Bassin Bounties. A lot of people ask me why I decided to become a bounty hunter, what it has to do with fishing. I tell them that the two are actually a lot alike. You see, the way that I approach bounty hunting is a lot like the way that I approach fishing. With fishing, I'm using different techniques and types of lures to catch fish. And sometimes, even though it seems like you've got them hook, line, and sinker, they still manage to get away. And this can be a frustrating thing until you understand that you're dealing with creatures of habit here. And if you have the patience, take the time to study their patterns, understand where they're going to be at different times of year, where they're feeding, where they're sleeping, where they're spending the majority of their time, this is going to give you a massive advantage over those individuals who are basically relying on luck out there. Understanding this can be the difference between eating and not eating for some. And this can give you the confidence to go to any body of water in the world and know that you can catch fish. And if you're patient enough and you're ready when the time comes, these things can lead to the catch of a lifetime. And the same can be said for bounty hunting. In a state with almost 6 million people, it can seem like an almost impossible feat to try to find a single individual in all of this. And if you don't know what you're doing, it can be. This is where those same tactics come into play. Only by learning these individuals' patterns, knowing where they eat, where they sleep, where their families live, where their friends hang out, and where they spend the majority of their time, will you become successful at capturing criminals. And when you do track them down, a lot of the time it is not going to go smoothly. You'll kick that door down not knowing what's waiting for you on the other side, and you have to be prepared and hope that you can catch your guy and get your team home safely. When every hunt could potentially be your last and crime is constantly on the rise in your city, having the right team behind you can be the difference between making it home that night and not making it home. And this is why I'm proud to have two of my own family members as part of my team. Having my cousins with me in the field, I know that no matter what situation we find ourselves in, we've always got each other's back. When we're not bounty hunting, we'll take you with us as we explore some of the amazing sights that our state has to offer. The breathtaking waters that we fish. We'll catch multiple species, everything from bass to trout to kokanee salmon. We'll take you out on the boat with us in open water. And when the waters freeze up, we'll take you out on the ice with us in the snowmobiles and show you how we fish together, we train together, and how we hunt together. A lot of people think that bounty hunters are just a bunch of tough guys, a bunch of wannabe cops who will shoot you or rough you up, and this couldn't be further from the truth. See, those types of things do not bode well for us in this industry. And because of that, our top priority is to use less lethal force whenever possible. For that reason, you'll see a lot of the times on the show, whether these individuals are fighting us or trying to run from us, that they'll be either tased or hit with a rubber round, or the hands-on approach. Because most of my team have an extensive background in combat sports such as kickboxing or jiu-jitsu, leaving us more than equipped to handle these situations and safely detain you. When you're dealing with individuals with prior weapons charges, people who are looking at years in jail, possibly life, this is where it's potentially life-threatening. These individuals will do anything they can to escape, and I will not allow myself or a member of my team to be harmed. And God forbid you make the fatal mistake of pulling a weapon on one of us, we will fuck your world up. And I can and will shoot you if I have to. But like I said, that's not why we got into this. And our top priority is to ensure the safety of our team and the safety of those individuals that we are trying to catch every single day in the streets. Because you'll find that things like excessive use of force are only going to lead to potential legal problems for you, your team, maybe even your bondsman. And if you get a reputation like that, you're going to find it pretty hard to find work in this industry when you're always playing the cowboy. Which brings me to the next question we get all the time, which is, how does this all work? Basically, when someone goes to jail, a judge will set their bail at a certain dollar amount, and they can then pay a bondsman between 10 and 15% to get themselves out of jail before their court date. And this will sometimes require them to have a co-signer put items such as cars, houses, and other valuables up for collateral. And if they do not show up for court or comply to the conditions set forth by their bondsman, and their bond is revoked, that's when we come in. As bail enforcement agents, we are tasked with the difficult job of tracking these individuals down, catching them, and taking them back to jail. And it's not always going to be the most exciting job. You're going to spend hours on your phone and computer searching for these people, looking for any information that may turn into a lead. It's going to mean a lot of late nights. There'll be days where you drive around the same dangerous neighborhood over and over and over until finally that person you've been looking for so long shows their face and you got them. There'll be times when you won't eat, you won't sleep, and you'll spend more money looking for these people than you'll make when you find them. But if they're the type of people that pose a threat to the people that live in your community and your loved ones, that is what makes it all worth the risk. And we'll go to any length to find you. We will kick your doors in, we will search through your basements, and we will climb up into your attics if we have to, because we always catch our guy. And when we're not bounty hunting, we'll take you along with us as we explore some of the most amazing sights our state has to offer. The breathtaking bodies of water that we fish here on a regular basis. And whether we're ice fishing at high elevation Rocky Mountain lakes or we're catching bass right in the heart of the city, we'll take you with us and show you how we catch fish and criminals. So buckle your seat and get ready for the ride, because this is Bassin Bounties.